every issue on here is something that we are dealing with and will continue to deal with over this coming year. We have to coordinate with our bond council, implement SRF loan requirements as contained in the 10-page loan offer agreement of June 25th. We have to implement IDEQ accounting and reporting requirements, ascertain issues with documents, contracts, and other legal issues are addressed in all aspects of the water capital improvement project. The successful coordination with the design engineer through design, contracting, construction, and completion. The multifaceted elements of project coordination and tracking, implementing the required record keeping efficiently and accurately, developing and implementing the still outstanding policies required by IDEQ, seeing the new RER record-keeping system to its full functionality, the transfer and validation of information to our billing system, continued effort to bring our ordinances up to date, managing the multifaceted projects necessary to address our rate equity issues. Interview, hire, train a new employee to be effective and responsible, meet the new and individual needs of our customer base as they develop throughout the coming year, maintain the efficient operation of the district office while adding all of the above projects in addition to the regular monthly routine of the office. And I'd just like to add, Jessie is superwoman. She is, and we are blessed to have her. But I have seen her in the last couple months going down for the third time with bubbles coming up because of the impact of all of these things that have been placed upon the district that we didn't have a year ago, and it's just going to get worse. So Allie, to me, has demonstrated a very strong ability in management skills, and I really believe that that's going to get us through what we need in the coming year.
Well, I kind of beg to differ on that one. I think it would be a really bad thing to have her in charge of that, because I think it would be micromanaged to the T, which wouldn't be a bad thing. But I also think as it goes on, you might see more bubbles coming from Jessie, which again, she's really our rock right now. We can't put too much more on her. We do need to hire that new employee.
All from
if it wasn't for that, I'd have Ted be the chairperson. But I just don't know if Ted can handle the stress and the what needs to be done.
I don't understand why you use the term micromanage, because actually what an administrator or management does is to direct with a degree of skill. I looked this up in Webster's, Calvin, okay? To exercise administrative and supervisory direction. It's not that she's going to sit in the office and be doing the work. That's not even a consideration. And that's why I nominated her. She has the skill set to manage us through what I think is a resource crisis situation.
Yeah, and I think staying in the office 24/7. That's my vision of it.
Calvin, I have no desire to be in the office at all. I've talked to Jessie about this. I do not want to be in the office. I can discuss with her via email. I am an advocate for working from home. So, at times when she, needs to be able to be at home, she's more than welcome to do that. My whole objective is to make sure that projects stay on course that any help that Jessie needs, I will get her. I will also help Jessie train and make sure that the new employee is up to speed and that the new employee has direction. My intent is just to be able to get through this year. It's going to be a tough year. And Caitlin, I know that you have kind of like an opinion of what this is going to be like this year, working through the bond.
Yeah, I just to touch on that, and I haven't been with you all that long. I know, gosh, I think it's like September, October that it's been. I really enjoy working with the board. I haven't gotten much interaction with Ted or Larry, but Calvin and Colleen and Allie and Jesse. I think you're a very high functioning board. That's impressive. But you have a lot going on. And that not necessarily a bad thing, just probably comes with the territory of having both water and sewer services. I've had a lot of entities go through the bond process. My former partner at Holly Troxel was Danielle Quaid. She is finance counsel for a lot of entities. And so I would see that process on that end. And I always kind of say, well, that was kind of the easier, getting a bond or an LID or anything was kind of the easier hump. But then you actually have to go out and this is where Kyle and your other engineers come in, is you really have to do a spec for the project, and then you have to go out to bid. And then we've got to get a contractor, and then we've got to go through a very kind of extensive process that's really governed by DEQ. There's a lot of requirements to do that, and have somebody do the labor contract monitoring, and it's just a very large process. It's usually multi-year, and it's exhausting for entities, but it's such a good thing. It's such a beneficial thing for your system. And I think the service that you all provide as public officials is really hard, and I think goes missed by a lot of people. I know public, I go to a lot of meetings, and the public, I know people have an opinion on what's good and what's bad, but at the end of the day, I would hope that, and for the public on this call and that attend meetings, you do just appreciate the time the five of you, six, I'll add Jesse, are putting into this. It's so much work. And so I really admire that, because I only do this end of it. I don't know that I could ever be a public official. It's too hard. But I just, so that's just my little blurb on working with all of you. I think, you do have a lot going on.
Can I have a word?
Oh yeah, I could talk all day, Ted. So it's a good thing you interjected. I'm a lawyer. I always told my mom, all I'm good at is talking. It's a good thing I do this. This is what I was good at.
Okay, Calvin, you are responsible for this board being put together, and you were elected by the people back a year and a half ago, and you were backing into a buzzsaw every time you turned around. And there's a reason, there's a good reason why a board member can only be taken out by a recall or a judge, because boards need to get along. We need to resolve our differences, if there are any differences, to go ahead with the projects. I mean, it's a great responsibility, and you are responsible for this board. I think you voted for every one of us to be on it.
I did.
By approving our replacing other board members.
Right.
So, I have done a good job.
You're right, Ted. Being the last elected official with all the recall stuff, I did think I put together what I would always call the dream team to get this done. Each one of us have special skills that specifically, go at what we need done during this time. I just had some concerns with Allie. I'll tell you what, I will give her a chance. But got to remember, I'm here for the people of Bayview. I'm not here to, I want to get things done.
For any other reason, yeah, right.
I think you guys know that. I even told all you guys we're going to hit the ground running when I brought every one of you guys on.
And Calvin, I really appreciate that. And I respect, what you have done for the board. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity, because I do have the skills and that's why you voted to put me on the board.
Exactly.
For administrative and public relations.
Exactly.
And I really appreciated being able to have this opportunity. And to kind of alleviate you from worrying about the administrative type things, you, Ted, and Larry will be really busy finding the best construction people to do all the bond issues and get all the construction started. And I'll just be in the background. Jesse and I will just keep the paperwork flowing. And I will give support to Jesse whenever she needs it. And I have no desire to be in that office.
Okay. Well, just remember, May, everybody except for me is up for elections. So you got to prove yourselves to the community.
Yep. I understand that. And I thank Colleen for putting out my qualifications and what I've done on the board since I've been on the board. I've worked really hard. I've put in a lot of hours, and I will continue to do that to make sure that we stay on track and keep all the financial issues and any sort of contracts that need to be taken care of. And if Jessie needs support in that, I'm willing to help her. But no way do I want to be in that office.
As Caitlin stated earlier, this is a pretty thankless job. Let's put it that way, for what we do.
Here, in her head aggressively, yes.
And Calvin, I do note that I did ask Colleen. I did think that she would be a good choice, but she emphatically refused me.
Well,
to be the chair.
I'll tell you, I respect each and every one of you. I just had some concerns, as I'm saying, that was brought to my attention. But again, yeah, you have skills that probably I don't have. Some of the skills that I have, you probably don't want.
That's all right, Cal.
But just know, Calvin, I'm doing this for the best interest of the community, and I'm supplying my skills to make that happen.
That's what we can.
And really, if you do have some concerns, please bring it to an executive session. Please don't make it public. It's just not a way to go.
You're gonna. Well, none of us sleep anyways. I'm sure of that. But it's going to be more stress. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it is.
It's we
I appreciate that comment.
Yeah, it's I have, and I'm not complaining because I took this on and I'm still dedicated. But there are weeks that I do over 40 hours. I mean, I've had some 50-hour weeks. Like you'll all remember what happened to us with the loan application was dropped on us to get done in 12 days. But all of the legal work on these ordinances and trying, good news, everybody, for the first time ever, we got a draft of something from the U.S. Navy this morning. And that has wonderful. Been month after month after month. So, I know what you're saying, Calvin. There's times that I just wanted to say, hey, I didn't sign up to be working, 40 and 50 hours a week. But, somebody has to do it. And things need to happen because things have to change here. And I can look back now and see, I always thought, well, why didn't somebody fix this? Why has this gone on so long? Well, I jumped into it and found out probably why it's been going on for years. But somebody has to say it's going to stop, and somebody's got to do it. So,
Right, and I let you kind of run on your own there for a long time because you're a pretty fine oiled machine. Let's put it that way. As far as getting things done, I really appreciate that.